Good morning and welcome to the Blog Box. Now we are streaming live from a beautiful location here in North Wales, and apparently it's going to be 21 today. I can't actually believe it. We're getting a mini heat wave, which is absolutely amazing. So hi, I'm Kat Massey and I'm your visibility and confidence specialist. I help entrepreneurs and business owners just like you to get your business more visible. And that brings me on to today and who I am interviewing today, which is Mandy, the founder of FlexFit. Good morning, Mandy.
Morning.
How are you? Are you okay?
I'm really good, thank you. You okay?
I'm brilliant. Now I can see the sun. Amazing. So we're going to get straight onto your questions today, Mandy, on your interview. So tell me, Mandy, how did you get into fitness?
Well, I've kind of always been exercising most of my life. From when I first went to uni, I was introduced to boxercise, and then I carried on doing classes, and I then joined the gym. But I think, although I've been training for a long time, as in decades, I feel like it's only really the past 8 years when I've been what I call training rather than exercising, because exercising is just when you're moving, but training is when you have a goal in mind and you actually have steps that you need to take towards that goal, and you actually have guidance and you know exactly what you need to do to get to that goal, and you're doing it consistently. So yeah, I actually got into training when I was actually going through a lot of stress at the time, but I was also getting married. So I hired a personal trainer to help me look amazing on my wedding day. But little did I know, he was helping me more than just like looking good for my wedding. He was just kind of like also helping me stay really strong mentally, to just kind of like deal with all the stress that I was going through. Because what actually happened was we had a dispute with the company that built my house, and it ended up being a 3 years legal battle. And during that time, it was just really stressful because a boundary wall had basically collapsed, and we were trying to get the builders to rectify it, and they were denying knowledge. So going to the gym was actually what's helped me stay strong mentally, because I was away from that environment. It was my escape, my time to think and concentrate on what I felt was the only thing I could control, which is myself, my body. And in the end, I did actually win the legal battle, and it was just kind of like training that made me feel strong. So that's
wow, that was a stressful time. With God, getting married is stressful enough without all of that, but amazing that you won that case. Yeah, amazing. So why did you start FlexFit?
I guess while I was working with my personal trainer, he just really inspired me. And for the first time ever, bearing in mind I've been exercising for years and not really seen any progress, but it was the first time that I've worked with somebody and I felt like I was progressing. I was seeing progress all the time in terms of my strength, my fitness. I was seeing my body change, and he was doing it in a way that I didn't actually have to change my complete lifestyle. Because I know that when you can like want to lose weight or you want to build strength, sometimes if you don't know what you're doing or you're working with the wrong personal trainer, you end up having to change your diet completely, going on different diets. But it wasn't like that with him. He found ways to make this fitness thing fit into my lifestyle. So after winning the legal battle, I felt really strong, really empowered, really amazing. And I wanted to help other people just like me who really struggled with time and struggled to find a motivation to get into fitness. I wanted to inspire them just like my personal trainer had inspired me. So that's why I set up FlexFit.
That is amazing, isn't it? You know, a business was born. But did you find, being a new business, did you find it hard to gain new clients?
Oh yeah, definitely, because especially at the start, I was based in a private facility, which is completely different to a commercial gym. A commercial gym, you have hundreds of people walking through the gym, training, and each one of them are potentially clients. Whereas I'd say private facility, the numbers are much lower. So it was really hard to get people to know about me because you're only limited by the people that walk through the door. So I had to heavily rely on social media to make my name known. I also have to heavily rely on word of mouth. And I think what really helped me was actually my branding, because I started my business with a brand, with like a professionally designed logo, with all the right creative materials. I've worked with like copywriters to get like a strap line, and that really helps me stand out as a new personal trainer coming into what I would consider as a saturated market.
That's amazing that you could be able to stand out so early on, stand out from the crowd. So what made you then just sit back and think, you know what, this is working?
Oh, I think it's kind of like took me a while to get to that point. It's probably like definitely more than a year on, because the first year was really hard, because you'd feel like I'd gain a client, and then another one come, and then another one come, and all of a sudden like you'd lose one and you feel like you've taken a complete step backwards. So it was definitely really hard at the beginning, and I think it got to a point where I felt like I was no longer having to chase people and ask people to become my clients. I was no longer looking, people were coming to me, messaging me or texting to me, asking whether I'm looking for new clients. I think it's around about that time when I felt that I'm actually getting somewhere.
That's amazing. So word of mouth is just absolute. So you've got clients coming to you, it's amazing, FlexFit is going really well, then all of a sudden we go into lockdown. So what's changed for you, Mandy, during this time?
Oh gosh, the pandemic's just been really stressful time, and it's been I felt like I've had to like pivot constantly and adapt, and you never know what's going to happen next. So at the start of the pandemic, that's when things were getting really, really good. I was kind of like, my diary was full, which is like the first time in pretty much since my career. So I felt like I was really gaining traction. And then come March, people were sort of like starting to panic. Clients were cancelling their sessions, and I just didn't know what to do, because I didn't know whether it was safe to carry on training them. So it was a really difficult time. And I think that put a lot of pressure on me. So when Boris announced that we were going into lockdown, in some way I felt quite relieved, because it was no longer my responsibility. I was told what to do. And so back then I had to think really quickly on my feet what I'm going to do. So I decided to move all my client sessions on Zoom or FaceTime. Some clients weren't too sure about it. Some were definitely happy to give it a go. And yeah, I kind of like started on that, bearing in mind I'm someone who is quite camera shy. I don't mind being photographed, because when you're photographed, the photographer normally find the best angle and then choose the best of a bunch of picture, and then you choose the best of a bunch. Whereas camera or video, this is basically what you see. You can't really edit it to the point where or to the points that you feel comfortable. So I always felt really uncomfortable on camera. So the idea of doing Zoom training with my clients was quite nerve-wracking. But eventually I got used to it, and then I started getting asked, because there was a lot of businesses, smaller businesses, that wanted to be more visible, so they wanted to do some interviews. So I kind of like started with doing a Facebook Live interview with my friend Becky, and then from there onwards I kind of like started doing some live masterclasses for like a really big Facebook group, and it kind of like started going from there, that I was kind of like exposing myself a little bit more and more. And yeah, so I kind of like really pushed myself out of my comfort zone during the pandemic, because I think I had to.
I was just going to say that I think I'm hearing so many stories about this, that, you know, people have had so much growth. It's been obviously a devastating time for so many, but for personal development in yourself, I think it's been absolutely amazing. So what other services do you offer now then, Mandy?
So I do one-to-one personal training, which is probably my most popular service. Then it's when we're not in a lockdown, I tend to train clients face to face, although I also do Zoom one-to-one session. I also do group sessions as well. So I have got a group that I formed myself, which is they train 3 times a week at 6:30 in the morning. And then I also have multiple groups where clients have come with friends or family to train together. On top of that, something very new is I started doing more like an online group programs. So normally clients would need to do a challenge, and a 6-week challenge is once every 6 months, and they do the 6-week challenge, and once they completed the challenge, it's almost like a continuation program, a way to carry on working with me without the cost of the one-to-one. So that's actually doing pretty well as a new service.
So there's something for absolutely everything, and 6:30 a.m. that is a commitment, but
It is,
I love that. I wish I'm up early, but I don't think I could. I'm saying I don't. I've never done it, so you know, something I should try as well. So not only do you do this, I've heard you've got some books. So let us know about these recipe books, Mandy.
Oh, I've not actually bought one with me. Yeah, I forgot about recipe books. Yeah, I've got 2 recipe books because I found when I was working with clients, they're always looking for inspiration and ideas. They kind of like want to get an idea of what to eat. And I'm not the type of personal trainer that likes to give my clients a meal plan, say you eat this, 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 this. I kind of like prefer to go down the more educational route. So the recipe books happened just out of me trying to help my clients, give them some recipes to follow that is high in calories. Sorry, not high in calories, high in protein, low in calories, really colourful, delicious meals. That's kind of like almost like a lower calorie version of their favourite dishes, like sweet and sour chicken or chili con carne, that type of thing. So it started that off with me kind of like creating recipes for them. And then I started getting more people kind of like asking me about these recipes that I've been giving to clients. So I decided to compile them into a book. And yeah, so my first book, which is 30 quick and healthy recipes, I think that was released kind of like in 2019, and that's been selling really well. I do like a paperback version as well as an ebook. And then during the pandemic, I started getting people asking me about more like vegan versions and vegetarian versions. So then I created another book with kind of like similar type of recipes, high protein, because with vegan and vegetarian diets, it's really hard to get enough protein into your diet. So I wanted to create a recipe book that's going to help people lose weight if that's what their goal is, or build more muscle mass.
Brilliant. So you're definitely the full package there. You offer absolutely everything. And me being, I'm quite a new vegetarian, 5 years. And that's one thing I did find, Mandy, I found it really difficult because all I did was cut out meat.
Yeah.
And I didn't add any protein to it because I was so new. I just thought, oh, being a vegetarian, that's what you do. So that would be really interesting for me to find one of them recipe books. So thank you. So what's next for FlexFit?
I guess I want to continue building my online client base, because I get to a point when, although I'm not fully booked now, but when the gym reopen, outside of lockdown, I will get to a point where I'm at full capacity. And I also want to get to a point where I can keep doing more of what I'm doing now, like going on doing interviews, more kind of like online work. So I can only really take on so many clients that needs me to be at a place for a certain time. I've only got so many hours in the day, so I want to try to build up the online community and the online packages I offer, so that I can kind of like go a little bit further and wider.
That is a really, really good idea. A lady that I work with in the VQ Academy, she's always worked with schools. So she would go to a class and have, I don't know, 15 students, but since she's been doing it on Zoom, she's working with 720 children at a time. And that is just amazing what you can do on this technology we have, isn't it? So it's something to really, really embrace. So when people want to find you, where can they find you and how can they work with you, Mandy?
So in terms of finding me, it's probably social media is best. On Facebook, I'm FlexFit PT. And then on Instagram, I'm FlexFit_PT because FlexFit PT has already been taken on Instagram. So yeah, and then I've also got my website, so www.flexfitpt.co.uk. Those are probably the best channels to find me on.
Oh, it's been absolutely lovely chatting to you and finding out a little bit more about your business, because I notice when you do your lives, you always say, my little business, FlexFit, and that really sticks in my head. So it's definitely working, your little tagline there. I absolutely love it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop all Mandy's links and everything about her underneath this video so you can go and check her out, get a recipe book, get fit and make it work into your life. So thank you so much, Mandy, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you for having me. See you.